Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have the DJI Air 2S with me today, and we recently had a Fly app update that affected this drone for the most part. Affected everything in the Fly app, but primarily this drone. So just last night, and I'm going to bring it up on my phone so I get the numbers right. So they upgraded to version 1.4.3. The previous version, 1.4.2, was very recent, and evidently there were some issues, so they quickly came out with another update. But the list of things here, and I'll put it up on the screen, of course, adds connection guide for DJI FPV. Check how to connect to the FPV combo. Don't have that drone, so I can't speak to that. So the other thing that they added was what they call color display assist. So when you're in D-Log, it will show you on your FPV screen a full color picture rather than the flat D-Log profile. Now, I have never shot any video in D-Log or any other flat profile on any drone ever before, but I'm going to try it today, and I'm also going to then in post-production try my hand at color grading. Now, I use a editor called Magic's Movie Edit Pro. I've never done it before, so we'll check that out. I don't think you can just add a LUT in like you can with some of the more popular editors, so I'm going to just try it out. But we're going to take a look at how that changes that FPV display and shows you color as opposed to flat. The other thing that it says is that it fixes certain issues and optimizes overall app quality. Well, one of those things was in that 1.4.2, it disabled the remote control from charging the iPhone when you're hooked up to it. Well, evidently 1.4.3 restores that. So we're going to check that out. And then the other thing that was added in 1.4.2 was the obstacle avoidance or obstacle detection cameras in the drone would tell you the distance you were from something overhead. So I'm kind of in a perfect spot here to try that. And I'm going to turn this camera around, and you can see I'm out at Heroes Park, and that's the picnic shelter behind me. And we're going to fly the drone underneath the picnic shelter, and we'll be able to check that out and see, you know, how it measures that distance, etc. So other than that, we're just going to go for a flight and just kind of, this is not the greatest day to fly. In fact, it's just sprinkling a little bit of rain right now. Let me look at UAV forecast. So as you can see on UAV forecast, temperature's not bad, but we've got some wind, gusts up to 16 miles an hour, which is no problem with this drone. It says 1% probability of rain. I can tell you that's 100% because it's been sprinkling off and on since I've been here, but I don't think it's enough that it's going to hurt the drone. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this thing in the air, and we'll just try out some new stuff here. Okay, we're ready to go here. I've got the drone fired up and started the screen recorder. Let's start the controller now, and we'll get it connected to the drone. I have yet to plug it into the phone here. Let's go ahead and plug it in, and we will see if it starts charging the phone. And yeah, so we're seeing charging on the phone, and it starts up the Fly app and track your activity across other companies' apps and websites. I'm gonna ask app not to track, and because I think we did the firmware or the app update, it's asking to go to the beginner flight tutorial. We're going to skip that. Do not show again. Confirm. There we go. And we're in C mode. I'm going to flip it into normal, but let's go back, and it says vision sensors blocked. I think that's the way it's sitting on the pad there. Let's go back here and look and see if we see anything. Yeah, and there's new firmware available for the drone as well. So We better do that. So I'm going to click update and let's just see how that goes. Optimizes air sense and optimizes environment light detection and warning prompts. So hopefully this won't take too long. Okay, at 40% it started installing, and yeah, so optimizing DJI AirSense, what that is, AirSense is what detects manned aircraft, so not sure exactly what that means, or the light detection and warning prompts, but I guess we'll find out when we get it going here. It's moving along pretty quick. Okay, that took a little while, but we've got that firmware installed, so let's get out of there. And yeah, look, it's not asking for any battery updates or anything. So what I wanted to show you is the fact that we are charging the phone while we're here. If you look at the top there where it says LTE at the top of my phone, you can see that green charging there, so it is charging my phone. And yeah, so it's going through it again. Let's click on Go Fly. And vision sensor's blocked. That's because of the way it's sitting on the pad. I've got the pad sitting on the grass, as you can see, so it's a little bit crooked, and I think that's blocking the sensors. We're down to 90% battery. Let's take a look. Let's go into the safety menu here, and we want to set obstacle avoidance to bypass. And we do not want to disable sideways flight. I'm good with 60 meters return to home altitude. Compass is normal, IMU is normal. Battery looks good. So we've shown that it is charging the battery on the phone. You know, in most cases you probably won't need that, but in some cases you might, so it's kind of nice to have that. However, you used to be able to turn that off and on in this control menu before, and you can't anymore. So I don't know why that is, but that's just something that they changed. So we're going to start off just shooting in regular mode, and then when we get up there we'll switch to D-Log, and you can see the difference. So let's go ahead. We are in 4K. Ooh, let's take a look at our camera settings here. I don't know how it ended up in 25 frames per second, but we're going to go to 30 frames per second. And we're going to start recording right now. Recording has started. No reason not to take off. So I'm going to hit takeoff right here on the app, and you will see the drone take off on screen. And there we go. I had the props folded up so it kind of moved around a little bit, and we do have a geozone. We know about that 150 meter geozone. We're not going to be above 150 meters, so we're good. So let's turn it around here, and we'll bring it into the camera, let you get a good, as usual, and you can see there the picnic shelter. So maybe that's what we'll try first, but let's bring it in here and let you take a look at the drone. We're going to rock it back and forth. And we had some wind come up just then. Let's rock that back and forth again. Oh, that's the obstacle avoidance that's kicking it up. I wondered why it kept getting kicked up. So yeah, obstacle avoidance is trying to push it up what it sees, above what it sees there. Yeah, every time I move the drone sideways, it's trying to move it. So anyway, there we go. It's above the height of my camera, so that's cool. We know that obstacle avoidance is working. That was kind of throwing me there for a second. Well, let's move it out a little further and drop it down here, and I'm going to back it up a little bit and show you how that gimbal, we should see that camera drop when we back up, and it did, and it'll pick up when we move forward. We just showed that a second ago. And you can see the camera pick up. That's how that gimbal works. I always like to show that. Okay, let's do a manual droney right now. So we're going to go reverse and up, and we're in normal mode. What the heck? I'm going to throw it in sport mode because they're always more dramatic. Let's go reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And drop that gimbal down here so you can get a better look. Okay, let's stop there. We don't need to get too carried away. Okay, let's go back into normal mode and bring this guy down. By the way, remember when you are in other than normal mode, when you're in sport mode, you're turning off obstacle avoidance. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry guys, sometimes I get focused on flying the drone as I should and lose track of what I was saying. So let's see if we can show, let me see if I can bring it in here and see if we can fly underneath the, I might be, let's see if we can fly underneath and we can show, hopefully, how that height difference shows. Obstacle avoidance shows the height when you go under, when you're looking at something overhead. And it's trying to push over the top of this. Yeah, it does not. It's trying to push over the top of the picnic shelter here. But it should start to see it here as we come underneath. Yeah, there you see it, 1.1 meters. And as we move forward, the ceiling will go higher and you'll see that number change. So you can see the number change there as we go higher, as the ceiling gets higher. And let's just go out the other side. I'm gonna see if I can drop the drone down a little bit. We're gonna go out the other side. And there you see that number on the screen. And then hopefully it'll disappear here in a second. And it has, so we should be able to go straight up now. So straight up. So that was a good demonstration of how that new feature works on here. I got to admit, I was a little bit nervous going underneath that, and all the sensors were going off there. But let's take a look here again at obstacle avoidance. There's a tree right here. Let's see if we can fly it straight towards one of these trees. This guy right here. And let's see if it will bypass that tree. And we're over the grass. I'm going to get out where I can take a look at it. Okay, we're moving forward. And the drone should go around the tree. And it is. Look at that. It went around the side of the tree. Last time I tried to do that on a tree, I chickened out. And I'm not going to do it from this direction because there are some cars in the parking lot here. But we proved that that works. The rain has stopped here, which is good. Okay, so now we've got that proven. Let's bring it in here and we'll stop recording and we'll switch to D-Log. And I'm wearing a blue shirt and stuff. We got a red top, so this should show in the orange of the landing pad, so we should see a difference here. Okay, I'm going to stop recording, and we're going to go into the menu at the top there and go into camera, and I'm going to switch to D-Log. And I forgot to look if we have overexposure warning. Yeah, color display assist is on right now, so we're going to turn that off. Okay, so that's what they added, is that color display assist. So you're looking at me right now, that is just in the flat D-Log format. And let's go ahead and go in and turn that on now. And you can see the difference. And you know, like I said, I don't really fly and shoot in the flat log profiles enough to really be able to talk about it terribly intelligently. But what they're trying to do is when you're flying, you can see what the colors really should look like and give you a better idea than just that flat color profile. So yeah, let me get the drone up and out of here. We're starting to get some folks come close by here, so. Yeah, kids playing football here, so we definitely want to be away from where they're at. right where I've got the landing pad and stuff. Anyway, what are you going to do? It's a public park. There they are playing football. Okay, so we are shooting in D-Log, and what I'm going to try and do is let's go out and look at the other opposite end of the park here. And what I'm going to, well, I'm not recording. Okay, let's start recording. Okay, we are recording in D-Log now, 4K 30 frames per second. So I am going to raise an altitude here, and I'm going to go out to the other corner of the park, and I'm going to hopefully show you the difference in the flat profile and and color graded. Now you're going to have to. I've never color graded anything before, so hopefully it'll turn out. So let's go ahead and again go back into that camera menu and show you the difference between color display assist. So that's display assist off. No, excuse me. That now is display assist off. And now we're going to turn display assist on. And I hear an aircraft off in the distance, but he's not showing up on ADS-B, but he is way far to the east of us. Okay, there is color display on, so you can see the difference. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I am going to, when I say mark, that's when I'm going to start color grading. So on my mark now. So you guys will see it. I haven't, we'll see what happens, and hopefully I've made that look fairly decent, so we'll find out. So we still have 53% battery, so let's back this guy off, and let's do a little flying, right? Might as well. And we're in normal mode. We still got plenty of battery. And let me make sure we definitely want to stay away from people. There's some people playing. Yeah, there's some folks in the playing basketball over there and over by the pond too. So we're gonna have to look at maybe a different way of getting across the road here. Yeah, I think we're good here if we cross right here. Usually, as you guys know, I cross over by the pond there, but there's some folks there fishing and other stuff going on, so we don't even want to go there. So we're going to cross right over here. And there's somebody by that gate, so let's move over this way. And that way we've cleared them. Okay. You never want to fly over people. Okay, I'm going to take a look at traffic and see when we got some clear traffic. It's going to be a little bit that way. Let's look the other way. Sorry for swinging this around so fast. Yeah, we're going to be good here in a second. I see a clear spot, so. Almost there. Okay, let's hit it. And I'm going to tell you, it is okay to fly over houses and structures. I try not to do it if I can avoid it, but there's no rule against that. But I wanted to go out in the field here, and you can see they're working the field. And I don't know what they're going to plant there this year, but again, we're shooting in D-Log, so I'm going to try and color grade this, and we'll see how it looks. Maybe when we get out here a ways, we'll switch it back over to normal mode and see what we come up with. Yeah, we had a little rain there earlier, but it definitely it blew over, so that's good. Give us a chance to get a flight in. So I'm going to kind of ease it around here, and you guys have seen this before, but that's the mega Walmart over there. So much development in this area. You just wonder where it all stops. But boy, I'll tell you, they're selling houses as fast as they can build them. And I don't know if you guys remember, it wasn't very long ago that right across here, that was just an empty lot, and those were just houses being built. And obviously they're still building houses over there, but definitely looks like a lot of them are full. And we're going to stop right there, and we're going to bring back the other, we're going to start coming back the other way. Yeah, I'm right in the middle of making a video, guys. That's okay. Okay, the drone went into return to home there. I was kind of underneath. I think I was blocking signal with the picnic shelter here, so we stopped that. That's not something you would normally have a problem with in OcuSync 3. Okay, so let's move forward here. And let's keep pushing back. Let me drop that gimbal down. Yeah, it kicked the gimbal up when it went into return to home. Okay, so we're going to stop here for a second. We're going to stop recording, and we're going to put it back into normal mode. So we're going into the camera menu, and I'm going to go into normal on the color. And hopefully you guys will get a chance to see what that, see the difference is, and see if I did a reasonable job color grading when I color graded this footage. So that's something you guys are going to see, and I won't until I get it done. So here we are coming back to the corner, down to about 33% battery. And let's see if we can kind of cut this a little bit differently this time. I'm going to throw it into sport mode so that we can get right across when we need to. And I see an opening, and we are just going to cut right here, right behind that car and in between that one. We're good. Okay, so unfortunately we didn't see anything, and boy, that drone is moving, man. It is fun to watch it in sport mode because it really tilts forward. We're moving right along there at over 16 meters per second. So okay, let's go ahead and put it in return to home. I'm going to go back into normal mode, and we're going to throw it into return to home. And let's see if we can get a precision landing. Oh, I didn't start recording, did I? Holy cow. Well, that ruined a bunch of that footage. Okay, we're going to start recording now. And again, we're back in normal mode. Shoot. Alrighty. Well, hopefully now you'll be able to see what we did with that, if my color grading was worth a darn. Okay, so I'm going to flip it into return to home, and you'll see the... So we'll see the we'll see the drone turn around and come back. So what you saw there is a young man had a football, and it kind of hit my tripod and stuff, but he apologized. He was very nice, very nice. So okay, we're going to hit return to home right now. So you'll see the drone flip around, and what I hate is it sure kicks that gimbal up. So let's drop that gimbal right back down. And I wish you could yaw when you were in return to home like you can on the Mini 2 with this one. And we got some folks walking over here with a small child just as the drone's coming back. So here we go. Let's look straight down here. And you see the drone reorienting itself. Let's just see. I bet we'll hit that H right on. I can't remember. I don't think I gave it a lot of time to look at the. In fact, I know I didn't. I didn't give it much time to look at the landing pad. So we'll see how well it does. What they want you to do is go up about 7 meters and let it look at the pad for a while. And I didn't do that, so we may not get. I'll stop the landing if it doesn't look like it's going to hit it, and it is just a little bit off right now. Yeah, I'm going to stop it. Well, it was actually starting to move, but let's move it over and we'll do a manual landing here. Let's put it in cine mode so I can get a little bit finer movement there. Move just a little bit further forward, and we're going to go full down on the stick now, full down. And I'm a little off the pad there, but not too bad. We mowed a little bit of grass. But like I said, ideally what they want you to do is they want you to hold the drone up there at 7 meters for a little bit so that it gets a chance to look at the landing pad, and I didn't do that. So that's what affected that landing. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Air 2S never ceases to impress me every time I fly it. So obviously I messed up there a couple of times when I was trying to switch between D-Log and normal mode. Forgot to hit the record button twice, 2 different times. So you guys will see that. But hopefully I do a decent job on color grading. I'm hoping. We'll see. Not guaranteeing anything, but the drone performed great. We also showed we flew underneath before we had a lot of people here. We flew underneath the picnic shelter, and we showed how that upward distance counter shows when you're flying the upward sensors, how it shows how high something is over the top of the drone. Pretty handy, pretty cool little device. So where I see that as being really handy is, like, say you're flying through a canopy of trees or something like that, you're going to be able to know how much clearance you have to move up. So that's a pretty cool little thing that they added there. And then I'm glad that they added in charging your phone. That's not something that I would use that often because I always make sure I charge my phone, but let's just say you're out someplace and you've been out using your phone, and just spur of the moment you put your drone up in the air. It's nice to know that that big battery that's in that RC can charge your phone and you don't have any issues. And then we also showed how you can show the difference between the color that you would normally see and then the flat color in the D-Log profile when you're looking at the FPV screen, turning that on and off. So just a quick demonstration. So and we did have one disconnect with OcuSync 3, but I want to point out that I was standing underneath, or very close to underneath, this picnic shelter, and it was really blocking the signal going to where we had the drone out there. So so I'm saying that probably is what caused that issue. But in any case, I don't know. It was kind of a good little flight on kind of a not so perfect day to fly, but it's always fun to fly this drone. Anyway, I hope you got some value out of this. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and I really mean that. And yeah, of course, we'll see you on the next one. The DJI Air 2S, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say it's my favorite drone right now. Just love this little guy. See you guys later.